keep California cowgirls from vanishing.
Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show, training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Jumping at Liberty to music, making our Morgan horses our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles area. Semi on the big steps. Morgan horse Sadie doing obstacles rainlessly.
Semi drives a cart. Sadie pulls a log. Sadie learns to pull a cart. Miniature Zebu heifer Susie learns to drive a cart. Bull Rusty learns to pull a harrow. This is part 2, showing the roping practice sessions with Firecrest Easter Eve using a mechanical cow simulator and a mini Zebu heifer.
Round, round, round. I'm waiting for just the right moment when her head isn't in my way, when I'm not challenging myself too much by being too far away, when I'm roping from the side. Whoa! And I missed. I have the motivation to keep practicing. And I've said this before, roping has been the most challenging of all of the ranch versatile activities I've done. And I've heard other horse trainers who work with cows say the same thing. See, I'm manipulating the rope, which I'm pretty good at. I chose Eve to be my rope horse, and she's getting pretty good at it. I've got my mechanical equipment to practice with, and then my mini cows to have an even more realistic simulated moving object. Okay, let me put her in position. Look where I want to go. Sitting on my pocket's good. Okay. I have to wait for just the right moment. Whoop, whoop. She only has her side pull on today. Whoop. I missed just the right moment. I want to do it from the side. Eve doesn't understand that her head's in the way. Okay, I'm going to relax. She's getting nervous. Okay, wait. Yeah, wait. She's getting nervous. I don't blame her. Woo. Let's let her relax. Let me do it from the standstill. It's really challenging to do it when it's moving. Now I'm going to do it from the standstill, but I'm way far away, so if I don't get let go of my coil in my left hand, I'll miss. But her head's not in the way. Underhand. One horn. I wouldn't even say I got the head that time. Let me do that a couple more times. Good. Eve is relaxing more. I can feel it. She's letting me form my loop. She's not stiff and stressed. But that's because the moving object stopped moving. I'm still staying far away. This is a skill thing. Almost. If there had been a head there, I would have gotten a horn and a half ahead. And there you go. Oh, I thought I've got horn and a half ahead. I thought I had 2 horns. Did I and then lose it on the
no,
pull slack?
Just kind of hit like
okay. All right. But you know, those are legal catches to get horn and a half ahead, because you can, for practical reasons, stop a cow, pull a cow. Do what you have to do for your healer if you're trying to medicate a cow with horn and a half ahead. Nope, I missed. But Eve is being good. I'm trying to do it when the moving object moves slowly. I know I can do it if it stands still. Okay? There you go. For me, this is fun. It can be frustrating, but for me, this is what riding a horse and working a cow is all about. The stuff you want to do for practical reasons. Time to try to do it at a standstill again. Look at my cow. Have her look at the cow. Look at that. Can you get that, Ryan? She says, no, I don't want to look at it. Come on. Good. And there you go. Now I got 2 horns. I'm just going to rope the standstill object. Then I'm going to drop my rope and rate the object as it moves and quit on a good note of resolution. Should be a big enough loop. And get her hip over a little bit. Little bit. Little bit. Whoop. Over. Now my front end over a little bit. Good. And there. That was a perfect double horn catch. So I'm going to quit on that note, but I'd like Brianna to go around a little bit and let me get Eve to understand that every time the ATV moves, I'm not going to be causing her stress by throwing my rope. The rope is still in my hand. Horses tend to know when the rope is even in your hand. Same with a crop. Whoa. See, she's still upset because she needs to be desensitized more to this moving object. Okay, go around me a little bit. I'm going to ask her to move with it, but not forward. Whoa. Back. Ooh. Let's wait a sec. Okay, just a few more feet. If she's good, we'll quit. Whoa. There you go. That's a good note of resolution to quit on, but you can see how much more work we have to do. On my horse, before I'll be able to show you roping a moving object, whether it be my ATV roping machine, which my cameraman will show you again for just a moment, or my mini cows, which I will not rope again until I'm pretty sure that I'm consistent in catching, even though I'm on top of a horse. So we did follow this ATV around before we turned the camera on, and Eve did pretty good about that. Then I tried to put her in position. I'm just showing you, just giving you a progress report. Put her in position quite a distance to my roping horns, where I have to remember to drop my coil, where I have to throw with some power. And she keeps looking around because back here we're very close to the creek bank. There are a lot of spooky objects and spooky noises. I need to get her to move her head for me without going forward, like that. You see, as soon as I get her to move her head, she steps forward, and that's not the right answer. Whoa. Ah, and that was more pressure than I wanted, but she did back up. We've been working, about 15 minutes. So I don't want to work much longer. And I thought I'd just turn the camera on and show you what we do in our practice sessions. I'm very far away. I don't really think I can rope from this distance. Not underhanded. But if I try to make her move forward, she'll move out of roping the circumference where I can rope, because she's not properly trained yet. She doesn't quite understand what is the right answer. But I know I can't rope from this distance. I'm going to sit on my pockets. I'm going to very lightly squeeze. Whoa. Nope. Coming around the camera. Again, I don't want to pull on her mouth. Instead, I redirect her. Whoa. Let her think, let her rest. I don't like the arc I have on her neck. Whoa. Whoa. I'm going to try from here. Underhand swing. Let go. Nope. As soon as she felt me beginning to get ready to rope, she moved forward. So I had to two-hand the rein. Whoa. See how she's looking off to the right? That's because it's a little bit windy and the branches are falling down, the leaves are falling down on these yew trees. Sit on my pockets. There are some neighbors working in a yard nearby too. She hears the noise and can't see them, so she's concerned about that. Not bad, not bad. If I'd had a head on this roping horns, I probably would have called that a horn and half a head, and it would have been a legal catch. Not bad, and she didn't move forward. I'm very happy. There's a lot of distractions here. You may or may not be able to hear them on the camera. This is not roping in an arena. This is ranch roping. Forming my loop. See where her head's at. She's not looking at the object I'm roping because she's concerned. I'm going to look over to my left because I want her head to go to the left. Whoa, nope. Again, she moved forward. One rein stop. Whoa, look at that. Whoa. Hard to train a horse when you've got a rope in your hand. And yet, you can't train a horse to do this without a rope in your hand. Because I'm trying to train her to allow me to rope. I want to step forward. Whoa. Whoa. She's being so hard that she pulled me out of the saddle. Okay. Okay. A lot of noise next door. I'm closer now. Make my loop a little bit bigger. Reins in my middle, next to my middle finger, next between my index finger and my middle finger. Rope coils on the right of my saddle horn. Let go of my coil as I should, caught two horns. And I have to say that since we've been working some 20 minutes now, I feel I better stop on that note of resolution. With Eve, we're going to use the ATV, but first we're going to pull the roping horns that I have with the handle, because Eve has been very resistant resistance full to the clank and clatter of the ATV. So I know I have to do it many, many, many times again to get her used to it. So I've been practicing underhanded throws by walking towards my dry steer, which is stationary, and I'm getting much better. It really is a different skill. But today, to start out with, we're going to just pull the roping horns with the handle that I have created for the roping horns so that we don't have all the clatter. And then we're going to try to hook them up to the ATV again and work one small step at a time to getting Eve to pay attention to the moving object and help me go into position so that I can practice my underhand roping on a horse. Now notice that I have a slight shank on Eve's bridle today. Last time when I rode her, I had an O-ring snaffle, and when she decided to go forward, it was kind of scary because I couldn't stop her without doing a whole lot of pressure in her mouth. With a shank, you have a little bit more leverage. So I have a longer shank bridle as well. We'll go there if we have to, but I try to use as little as possible and get the horse to understand what is the right answer without any metal in the mouth. At this point, we're not ready for that with Eve. So now I'm going to, I've got my breakaway rope on, I've got a big loop for an underhand, I call it an underhand flip. It's almost like a flip. I tend to catch my dry steer better, not if I throw it, but if I flip it into the right place and make sure I let go of a coil so that I don't change the shape of the loop. And then I'm able to very consistently catch my dry steer. Okay, so you'll see our progress today, or lack of it. I'm going to ask Eve, look where I'm going. I'm going to make a big circle here. Ooh. I rather not get close to the ATV, so you can, okay, move the ATV or move the roping horns over there.
I'm just going to move the ATV.
Okay. Be okay, because Eve should know that that is a tool we're going to use. She's watching. She's a little bit concerned about that little kid's ATV. It clanks. I ask her to go in position closer than she wants to, but the reason I have to do that is because I'm trying to get in position for roping. Okay, so we'll use the word STOP with you, okay, and HO with her.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm just going to try to put myself in a position much quieter. There you go. Very nice. I got 2 horns. Because it was so quiet, she allowed me to put her in position at a distance that I felt that I could throw. And I've been practicing so much, all the body parts of me seem to be working. It's a skill. I let go of a coil, I kept my loop, and she let me go in position. Let's try it again. Just a minute, let me form my loop. I'm going to use a slightly smaller loop and not tuck it under my arm like I did when it was 1 coil bigger. First I'm going to ask her to back. I do have my spurs on, and my spurs are just a tickle cue that says pay attention. Today I have my reins between my ring finger and my middle finger. I have my last coil between my index finger and my middle finger. That way, if I need to drop all the coils, I won't accidentally drop the reins. Okay? Sit back on my pockets, try to make her use her haunches. Got it. Got it. Got 2 horns again. So I'm pleased with that progress. I wasn't sure I could do it from horseback if the horse allowed me to go in position because I'm higher up than I am when I'm doing my dry steer from the ground. It's time to hook it up to the ATV. So we'll stop the camera for a minute and go to the next step. Okay, we're ready to try the ATV again. Brianna's just going to ride around here at the beginning of the session to see where the tires are able to grab and where they might spin so we can avoid places that have dirt or sand that's too deep. And Eve is watching and hearing that ATV. Whoa. Gonna let her settle. I do think I have a little bit more handle on her forward motion here with these short shanks, but I don't want to rely on them. Eventually I want to go back to the side pull, even the halter. Okay, can you do it again? Come around like that. She got a little bit excited when you were right to the right of her head. Sitting deep in the saddle, letting her know I'm up here. Yeah, here she goes. Oop. A little bit bogged down here. So try to avoid that. Let's stay closer to the tree.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. Come around again. This is like trying to teach fractions with a fraction learning tree. You can't teach them how to add and subtract fractions unless they can get the common denominator. We can't teach to be a good rope horse unless you're willing to allow this moving object to travel around her like she just did. Very good, Evie. So come on around again. I'm going to see if I can rope it as you come around rather than asking her to move. That's again another small step. Ooh, ooh. She felt me starting to manipulate my rope. It's all right, all right. For me, okay, we're just going to be patient here. Let's continue, keep going around. Tommy Turvey showed on RFD yesterday how he trains his horses that are trick horses, and he says, oh, in about 50 million more hours of repetition, here's what they can do. You just have to be patient. No, I know I'm too far away, and I don't want to move her yet. I want her to be confident that this thing can go around her and not attack her. Good. She's watching for it to come. Have to wait for it to go a little bit forward. We're bogging down a little bit.
This area
you know
just
what?
isn't
I'm going to move into the middle here.
Yeah, this
We're
area
a little
just
bit
isn't
too
good.
deep into some sand here. Whoa. So let's avoid that area. We can see there's too much sand there. In the winter, sometimes I work back here, and I do need to put sand in so we don't bog down in mud. Good, good. She's being real good. Come a little bit close, yeah. Oh, I was just going to try when you got another moment or two ahead, but that's okay. 3 more times, 4 more times, 300 times, 3,000 times, 3 million times. Like Tommy Turvey says, and about 50 million times later, they'll understand and they'll do it for you. Avoid right there. Yeah, it's too good. Good. There you go. And you know what? It was far away for me. I swooped it, I flipped it on, and I had to let go of 2 coils. And you know, how did I know that? Because I sure couldn't think about how many coils I had to let go. But I had my fingers open, and the weight of the rope just seemed to pull those 2 coils out of my open fingers. Okay, let's try it again. And we're going to practice many, many, many times. Make a little bit bigger loop here. She's letting me manipulate the loops. And I have to lean. See, I have to lean. So she has to understand not to go toward my lean. I wish I could just stand straight, sit straight in my saddle, but my loop has to be free of her. And I missed my second. Keep going. I missed my second. Sometimes I watch the ropers in team roping, and if they don't get it after 2 loops, it takes 6 loops. I missed it again. Her tail got caught in the loop, but she was good about it. Keep going. Of course, the big challenge is when Susie's here, and I'm trying, my little mini Zebu heifer, I'm trying to rope her. Will she run? Will she walk? I'm going to turn her. Whoop. I have a small loop. No. Now Evie's getting upset. Come on around. Sit straight in the saddle. Underhand to flip. And I got 1 horn, and I probably would have gotten half a head. She's being okay. She's being better than okay. She's being great. Keep going. I want to make sure I have a good balanced loop. Okay, try to come close. And I only got 1 horn again. I'm going to wait till the horns are a little bit more ahead of me. Keep going. There you go. Got it. And you see I had to step up in my stirrup with both feet. But that allowed me to get clear of her body and to get the power I wanted in my flip, in my underhand throw. I sure know what's ahead in our 50 million more repetitions to get Sonia as a good underhand roper, Eve as a good rope horse, roping any moving object that we put in front of her, including the ATV, the clanks, and including Susie, my mini Zebu heifer.
Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Rusty and Susie, heifer calf Sela. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.